You just wait. I got more.
Nice. All right, guys, we need to do mic check, speaker check, video check, and Ryan, coffee check.
Coffee check.
Got it. Can everybody hear me just fine?
How about this check?
Yeah. Did everybody watch the flexing tutorial so you know how to create the right angles?
I absolutely did.
I have not. I just, experimentation.
Yeah, I'm confused why people don't innately know how to do that. Like, don't you spend time in front of the mirror seeing like which angle makes your bicep look the biggest? Like, haven't you been doing that for a long time and figured this one out on your own through natural trial and error?
That's how I figured it out.
Well, some of us are
do
just
like Bob's. I don't know if y'all saw Bob's, but Bob was like this, and then you could see his other arm do one of these.
That's hysterical.
That's also an effective strategy. All right, so I was asking everyone, Michael and Ryan, did it ask for a password from either of you?
Not this morning.
No.
Okay.
That's why I thought it was strange.
Maybe we've been Zoom bombed.
I thought it was mostly, well.
Maybe I didn't shave and I'm a hacker and I took over the shop channel.
I thought once you put the password in once, like your software.
That's what we've been speculating, but we don't know that for sure. I don't know Zoom well enough to know that that's what it does. But nevertheless, it appears to be just us and no hackers, so I think we're okay.
That's good.
I bet we're gonna get a Tony chiming in here any second now.
Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
With this sequence of the 4 rounds of 10 reps apiece or 8 reps or whatever it is, like I've tried front squats at heavier weights. I've tried goblet squats. Last week I was doing, or Thursday after I was really tired, that might have been the problem, but I was doing like 95-pound front squats, 10 of those, and then, running out and trying to do some pull-ups. It felt like it was too heavy this workout.
Oh, sorry.
Like, should I be doing something similar, like just some squats?
Your audio was breaking up a little bit. Can you say the part about 95-pound front squats again?
Like, should I be trying to go a little bit simpler on a workout like this, like less weight so I can do things faster?
On a strength workout, I wouldn't necessarily worry about faster. Now, here's the exception. If you don't have the ability to, say, add weight or challenge yourself in another way, or perhaps you've already been adding reps and you're just kind of sick of adding reps, then you can reduce your rest between strength movements. But my preferred method without weight of making it harder on a strength movement is slowing it down. And I don't mean the rest in between, I mean the tempo of each rep.
Right.
That'll make it as hard as you could possibly want.
It just seems like doing all of that in 10 minutes is really fast, like if you're going higher intensity.
It doesn't have to be 10 minutes. But if you have 4 rounds of 2 things, and I think we've been just sort of ballparking about 45 seconds of rest. 8 to 10 reps could take, I don't know, 30 seconds on the high end, depending on what movement you're talking about. And so let's say 30 seconds for 8 rounds. That's 4 minutes. That leaves 6 minutes of rest. That's quite a bit.
Oh, that's true. All right.
Yeah.
So, if Michael wants to build up to the heaviest weight he has at home, and let's say that's 95-pound front squat, and doing 10 reps requires more rest, could he just rest longer, and if he only has the hour, cut something or drop the reps, or like, because he wants the longer rest? Your hair looks great, Drew.
Thanks.
could he just modify the reps and sets so that he can go heavy, just to mix it up sometimes?
Absolutely. And you also don't have to be done within hour. How's that for, is that called homonyms? You don't have to be done within hour. We just have to log off because Melissa logs right in for nutrition coaching that starts at 10.
Okay.
So if you're doing your rounds and you're going a little bit slower due to more reps or, you know, whatever, you can keep going. You can just finish up. We just have to log out so that Melissa can start the nutrition coaching on Zoom.
Okay.
Ryan, what coffee are you drinking these days?
Well, funny enough, I got Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was at the Fred Meyer's yesterday. I'm like, I want to try this. So just, I don't see what the excitement is about.
Man, you're a tough customer between Beef and Bruzzies and Dunkin' Donuts.
Pizza's still the best.
Hard to please this guy. Pete's doesn't make Beef and Bruzzies though, man. I don't know what to tell you there.
That is true. Thank God.
Yes. I tried your recipe, Drew. I tried it twice.
The Beef and Bruzzies recipe?
I did.
And
I
what do you
did
think?
seriously dislike Brussels sprouts.
Well, so that's a fundamental challenge that I just can't overcome.
I know.
If you don't like Brussels sprouts, you just don't like them.
Yeah.
We do beef and kale. We like Brussels sprouts. Lee didn't love the Brussels in the beef and Brussies, so we just put 1 to 2 bags of kale in there.
Beef and kalesies?
We do the beef and kalesies at least every other week.
Nice. Way to tweak it and make it your own. Tracy, do you like broccoli?
I do, yeah.
Beef and broccoli. You could just get a bunch of, you could just chop up the florets a little bit smaller. Do you have a food processor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe if you just do a quick pulse on your processor to make because you know the chopped Bruzzies or whatever they call them at Trader Joe's are fairly small.
Yeah.
So if you were to pulse your broccoli and make it similar in size, I bet it would be identical from a cooking standpoint, but if you like broccoli, it would be infinitely better from a taste standpoint.
That's true. There you go.
Although
Now I just have to like ground beef.
I think beef and broccoli is already that's an item in, I think, like Chinese food restaurants.
Yeah.
So we'll have to beef and brockies? I don't know.
Drew, did you eat much of the lentil soup?
I ate quite a bit of it.
So I used, I made half a recipe because that's what I had on hand, and used Rotel in there.
Excellent.
Plus all the spices.
Yeah.
That cleared the sinuses right up from the allergies.
Oh yeah.
I sent Bear Lauren's recipe, and he was just leaving the grocery store, and he had just bought everything he needed for that. Not on purpose. It was coincidence, so he went home and made it.
That's perfect. Good timing.
Yeah.
With lentils, we'll cook them in the pot. There he is. Tony.
What's up?
With lentils, we will still cook them in a pot, and most of the time is just sitting there letting it cook. But we'll do basically the same stuff with black beans or red beans or something like that, but we do a crock pot because I think those require significantly longer cook times.
They had a can of organic lentils on the shelf, so I was able to make the soup in record time.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you need a new stretch.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Good morning, everyone.
What's up, Tony? Hey, Tony, I got good news. Can we do a quick board meeting for our new company?
Yes.
So Michael, who is on this call, he fell for the fake diploma on my wall thing. So I think we should move forward full speed ahead. I'll need all the funding immediately.
Well, you know what? The first one we're going to do to troll him is the National Association of Anesthesiologists.
Oh, yeah.
Friends. The word friends will be in really tiny type.
Perfect.
Right?
Perfect.
So you'll
Michael, I
have
could have one
almost
to
all the
you.
cred.
I could have one to you by midweek. I'll just need you to go ahead and wire that money over.
Perfect. Perfect.
I'll
you
just
set a
I'll just
price?
get you my routing number right away.
Oh, yeah, just, you know what? Just give me your banking information. We'll take care of the rest. I want this to be as easy and seamless for you as possible.
It's all about the customer with you, Drew, and that's
Of
what
course,
I love.
all the way. And Tony, we agreed on 94.6 as our split. Was that right?
I think so. If I could give you more, I would.
You're so generous. So generous. Nice.
I bleed the colors of the shop.
Good to have you on board, Tony. All right, guys, looks like we're about 12 after. You should be wrapping up your mobility. And of course, we are on strength template. So a couple things we've talked about, and I just want to keep reiterating them. While I am a huge proponent of progressive overload, and I myself don't really need variety, I fully understand that most people are not like me, and that is okay. If you need variety and you have not been tweaking up your workouts, let's do it right now. So a couple of simple things you could do. Whatever you put first is automatically going to get your most attention because you're fresh, you're not fatigued, things like that. So we've always been doing squat pull. If you want to mix it up and do your hinge push just to spice it up a little bit, maybe be able to increase your intensity a little bit, go for it. Knock yourself out. If you want to keep the same order, but you need new movements, you need a different squat, a different pull, or something like that, then man, throw your hand up. Let me know what you're working with, and we'll come up with some options for you.
We're on workout A, right?
Yes. Workout A. Let me pull it up just to make sure. Yes, workout A.
What's workout A?
So we're just alternating. So the workout A and workout B are the same fundamental template, but the idea was that you used a different movement for each pattern on workout A and workout B.
Oh, okay.
Michael, do you have my spreadsheet? I'll rush that over at the same speed as your new diploma.
I downloaded the Excel spreadsheet, but I didn't really put anything in it.
Oh, well there you go. There's a
problem.
There's problem number one. So on that
We
spreadsheet,
were flipping back and forth.
on that spreadsheet, there's workout A and workout B. They're the same fundamental template. The difference is, I'm just going to make up an example here. The difference is workout A, you might do front squats with your barbell. Workout B, you might do higher rep goblet squats.
Okay.
Or you might do a single leg squat or something like that. Workout A, you might do a kettlebell swing as your hinge. Workout B, you might do a single leg RDL as your hinge. So same fundamental pattern, just different movements so that we're hitting them all. Tony, are you brewing your coffee right now?
I am. I'm brewing my second cup.
Nice. Well, we did a coffee salute earlier, so I salute you, sir.
What's today? Is today the 6th?
Yes.
Well, I will accept all your happy half birthday wishes to me then. It's
Half
my half
birthday.
birthday. Yeah,
So that puts you as October 6th, is that right?
that is correct.
Well, happy half birthday. All right, guys. So does anyone have questions on any of the stuff we just talked about as far as variety or tweaking it up or anything like that?
Variety of pushes besides push-ups.
You can do presses, push presses. You can do barbell presses, kettlebell presses, bottoms up presses, landmine presses.
Okay.
Handstand push-ups.
Drew, two things. I always forget the order. It's squat push or squat pull.
We've been doing squat pull, but Tony, to be completely honest, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
If you
okay.
do
Yeah, I
squat
just try to keep
push,
consistency.
yeah, as long as you hit all the patterns, you're good. If you were to
And
do
how would
squat
you-
push and then
Yeah.
hinge pull, you're still getting them all in.
And last question, how would you see people doing landmine from home?
If you have a barbell,
if
you
you don't have
don't
the
necessarily
landmine
need the attachment. So the attachment was born out of people just wrapping a towel on the end of the barbell and sticking it
Sure.
into the corner of their wall.
Sure.
So that way you don't damage the wall or the barbell.
Oh, I see. People literally just put the
Yeah.
corner and then they put, oh, that's clever. Okay.
Yep. The other thing you can do is if you have a weight plate, the end of the barbell can rest in the center circle of the weight plate and it tends to stay put pretty well.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sure, of
Then
course.
you don't
I
have to
see-
worry
I see
about
what you mean,
protecting
yeah.
the wall or the floor or anything like that.
Right. Okay. So I won't do them today then.
Yep. Cool. All right, guys and gals, let's get started. If you have questions, throw them out there. We'll get them answered. Get it, Jill. Come on. There it is. Good set.
I gotta say, my push-ups haven't felt this easy in years after working on them all this time.
Nice.
I'm sure I've slid backwards a little bit on my pull-ups, but that's okay. You know, on I think it was it Friday, Saturday, when you're like, you guys stay above 75 on the bike on that last round of minute drills. I was dizzy for like 45 minutes after that.
Nice.
I had to slam some orange juice because I was like, maybe I just need some sugar.
Hey, Drew, can I get a form check? I'm going to try to angle it on my kettlebell rows. I just want to make sure.
Yep, let's see it.
And my feet, if you can't see them, they're squared. They're not staggered.
Okay. Yeah, I can tell.
Okay.
Looks solid to me, man. You're getting that extended reach without like rounding through your back at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then it looks to me like you're leading with your elbow, but I'll let you actually confirm that that's what you're doing.
Yes, which is what I'm supposed to, right?
Yes. You don't want to, don't think about your hand, think about your elbow.
Yep, I'm using that cue.
Yep. If your elbow moves, obviously your hand is going to follow. But if you focus on your hand, you can tend to overdo it with the bicep and not enough with the lat.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir.
Which, of course, bicep work is great for flexing, but we can get that in other ways.
Why is it you never have us do anything specifically bicep?
Well, actually, a chin-up puts a pretty heavy emphasis on bicep.
Yeah.
And it actually loads it in a much more functional way than just a curl. And so, I mean, full disclosure, I do my fair share of curls. I'd be lying if I said I'd never done one. But the bulk of my bicep work has always been chin-ups. And not only that, if you were to do bicep curls, you get good bicep work. If you do chin-ups, you get good bicep work and you get great lat work.
Got it.
Not to mention you just get a whole lot stronger from a chin-up than you do a bicep curl. So
Sure.
that, in terms of what I have y'all do or what we have y'all do, that's just more like bang for your buck, right?
Okay.
We
Yeah.
only have an hour to work with typically, so
Sure. So having people just sit around and do a bunch of bro curls is not as efficient as doing more full body stuff, and
Correct,
anyone can
yeah.
stay late or come to the gym.
absolutely. There you go. So you can certainly add in some of your own. I'd be careful to make it an addition, but not a replacement.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben's doing his bicep work in addition to all his other work.
Well, he's a young man and he has, you know,
Exactly.
he has impressing the ladies to worry about.
Indeed. Indeed he does.
So for him, that might go higher up on the priority list. Nice and slow on the way down, Jill. Good finish.
I kind of miss the music.
You know, I tried that on the first day. You were welcome to play your own because I don't think it affects the rest of us. But when I played it, nobody could hear it. So,
Yeah, so now that I don't have music, I can hear every little joint going
got a little snap, crackle, and pop going.
like that. Fourth round is better than my first three. It's like my leggings are made of Rice Krispies.
How your squats feeling, Michael?
Fine. I'm trying to do slow goblet squats and doing 15 reps.
That's a lot of reps.
Woo! Michael, that's brutal.
Woo. Yeah, 15 is high no matter what. What size kettlebell are you using?
The 53.
Nice.
Green.
I'm trying to do like the 3, 2, 1. You know, 3 going down, 2 at the bottom, 1 up.
That's great.
Nice, good tempo.
15, that's brutal.
Agreed.
It's got to be breathing pretty heavy.
Yeah, we can tell. All right, I've seen some of you, looks like most of you already moved on to the second part anyway. Tony, what are you doing as your hinge and push?
You know, I think I'm going to swing it because I'm unstable on the RDLs. And I'm wasting time on the RDLs, so I'm going to swing.
So you could do, do you mean single leg RDLs?
No, I can't stand them for single leg, but only because I'm really terrible at them. So that means I got to do them more. But I got like cinder block for like later this week. The cinder blocks will be finished clean, and then I can do like RDL with a kettlebell, right?
Yep.
But right now, I just don't get enough depth. So I think swing is fine until I get the.
I mean, nothing wrong with swings, that's for sure.
Yeah, and then I got to just practice my unweighted RDLs first.
Nice. Jill, for your single leg RDL, will you move it back into the camera for me?
That good?
Maybe a little bit more.
Here?
Yeah, that's probably good right there. Ryan, what are you doing for your hinge and push?
Hip thrust, single leg hip thrust off of the couch over here. So,
Nice.
push, just push ups.
Good. So here's something I like to do for single leg hip thrusts. Rather than writing them as like, 10 and 10, I would write them as 10, 10, 10. The first 10 are with 2 legs. Obviously, yeah, both legs at the same time. Obviously, that's going to be easier than single leg.
Right.
Actually, or you know what? We could do it in reverse. You could do 10 on your, well, whatever number you're doing. Let's say 10.
Yeah, I was doing 10 on each leg. Yeah.
You could do 10 on your right, 10 on your left, and then 10 with both legs as like a burnout at the end to.
Still on the heels?
Yes, still on the heels.
Okay.
And remember, when you're laying back, rather than letting your head go like this, look forward.
Okay.
That's going to hollow you out, and it's going to make it impossible for you to hyperextend through your low back.
All right, got it. Cool. Thanks.
What were you just saying, Drew, at the end there?
On a hip thrust, instead of just doing, say, 10 and 10 on your right and then your left, do 10, 10, 10. So 10 on your right, 10 on your left, and then 10 with both legs.
But the thing that was preventing you from hyperextending your back
As you bridge up, if you keep your neck or your head in a more neutral position, you're more likely to hyperextend. I always look down.
Yeah.
Basically, look down towards your waist. If you're looking at
Gotcha.
your waist, it's going to keep you hollowed out. Jill, how are your push-ups starting to feel?
Good. I can do 2.
But does it feel, you were doing 2 though, does your 2 feel easier now, or is it starting to feel a little bit easier?
Starting to feel easier. And next round, I think I'm going to try 3.
Next round today or next time on workout A?
Next time today.
I would, I'm thinking about it. 'Cause
They were frozen.
Well, I was going to say try it earlier. So you're already fatigued now and you're more fatigued because you've done more push-ups?
Oddly, so, I was doing them every hour on the hour yesterday. And I started out in the morning at 1, and then midday I could do 2. And then by the end of the day, I could do 3. Why would that be?
What do you mean, Jill? I'm just curious.
Every hour on the hour,
You're doing what?
I'm doing push-ups and air squats just to get moving.
Just
And
like
so-
to keep it going, right? I mean, to get more reps in over time, right? You just one. But
Yeah.
I mean, pull out, how many push-ups are you doing? I mean, that kind of thing you're doing is the kind of thing I love to do, like salt moves in through my ordinary day kind of thing.
Yeah, because I'm not moving around so much. So,
That's groove.
I set the alarm. I set the timer, and so every 60 minutes, I do 1 push-up and 10 air squats. So by the end of the day, I was doing 3 and 10 jumping air squats.
That's so cool.
Maybe that's just a better time for me.
I adopted this thing that was actually has served me well, and that is I have one of those toothbrushes that vibrates, right? Like I don't remember the brand, Sonicare or something like that, right? Every 30 seconds. So I got myself in a routine where I do air squats, and I've calibrated it, and like I get 18 air squats in roughly for those each 30-second gap, right? And I'll do them continuously. So whatever 18 times 4 is 72. But the cool thing is if I'm ever somewhere now and I don't have my Sonicare and I'm brushing my teeth, the air squats serve as a timing mechanism to make sure that I'm doing my, quadrants right? I'll just air squat and brush my teeth for 18, squats in the back, and you get it, right?
I thought you were going to say anytime you hear that buzzing noise, you start to do air squats.
Yeah, really. Yeah, Pavlov here.
Yeah.
Most people can't walk and chew gum, Tony, and you're brushing your teeth and air squatting.
Yeah, and then I lunge. I'm bored of air squats.
Nice. Michael, you still there? I think you're out of the camera. There you are. What's your hinge and push that you're doing?
I was doing the RDL with the barbell and push-ups.
Nice. Good combo. So 2 leg RDLs?
One.
Single leg RDL?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. With a barbell. You
And
find that easier or harder to balance?
I think it's a little easier. I can still start to feel my my inside of my left knee starting to activate a teeny bit, but it was only towards the end of that set. So we'll see how the second set goes.
I did 3 and I did not fail.
How you doing?
Awesome.
Good. Did you got the other package? Oh, okay. Yes. Good. I'll do that tomorrow.
I don't have a contact. I think the lady needs to interview or something, so I'll get it tomorrow and grab it. That's okay.
Awesome.
I just can't get turned around down there with this pressure.
No worries. Thank you.
Jill, how was the 3rd rep? Was it smooth?
Slow. It was
Slow?
good, but slow.
Slow is
you
okay,
know, like-
but good?
Yeah, I was straight and I was flat, but it was just a big push.
Nice.
So I'm resting a little bit more before my next set.
Good call. Ryan, it looks like you're on lunge and core.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can see your lunge. What are you doing as your core?
The tuck ups.
Tuck ups?
Yeah.
Have you tried that tuck up progression I videoed?
I did not. I think I only watched the first progression video. So, did you talk about that in the second one?
No, there's only one tuck up video that I've made. It's a tuck up and V up one.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen it.
Okay, I will. Are you on the Facebook group?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see if I can tag you in that video because it's
Will you tag me, True Dude, please?
Yes, I will. All right. There it is. Got both of y'all on there. It's a very simple thing to practice, and remember, simple just means not complicated. It doesn't mean that it's easy to perform.
Right.
But it's very straightforward, and I show you some ways to do it for tuck ups and then for V ups, both assisted and then unassisted. So obviously you would progress from assisted to unassisted.
Sounds good.
Yep. All right. Is anyone else on to lunge and core yet? Tracy, on your last rep of bottoms up, try a pause in the overhead position. Ouch. Tony.
Yeah.
Watch me for just a second. Towards the end on your press reps, I'm guessing it was just a little fatigue coming into play. But you're getting a little side bend and then a little like this.
Yep.
Try to tighten that up a little bit. Just stay as secure as you can through your torso.
Okay, I was just combining my core workout, but you're thinking I'm fatigued?
I see. Oh, so you were going for efficiency.
Exactly, all movements in
my
one.
Bad. My bad. That's what I get for assuming instead of just asking the question. Jill, can you turn sideways for your ab wheel?
Yeah.
On your, and scoot back a little bit for me too, towards.
Yes.
No, I mean towards that chair that is behind you a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. On your ab wheel, focus on slowing down on the way out. That's the part where you want to be slow and controlled. And then once you hit your end range, you can pull back at a faster pace. So in other words, slow, 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 back. There you go. And on the way back, the first thing you want to pull back is the arms. Don't let your hips start going back until the arms have started already.
Okay.
There you go, Tony. You'll have to get your core work separately now.
No kidding. All right, let's see.
Lunges look good, Joe. Hey, Tony, lunge jumps are awesome. What is the, what am I trying to say here? Is the transition or switching your legs every time, is that challenging from a balance standpoint?
On jumping lunges?
Yeah.
Yes, but less so since I've been focusing on improving those
Okay.
without weight. But like lunge, single leg type stuff, lunge and kettlebell, single leg motion is tougher for me, but that's so, I need to work on it. I'm
Okay.
guessing a suggestion, but I wasn't mentally dialed into that round, so I wasn't like focused.
Okay. One thing that could be a good option for you is a split squat. So it's like a lunge, except it's more static because you're not moving your leg either forward or backward every time. So that allows you to just get into the position. And then here's the other thing. So if you watch my hands, so imagine these are my feet.
Yep.
When you're in a lunge or a split squat, you don't want to be like this because that's incredibly challenging to your balance, and it doesn't let you focus on the strength piece. Instead, you want to have your stance because like if you just stand up and your feet are hip width apart, they're about this far apart.
Sure.
When you then get into a lunge or a split squat, you'd want them to be that same distance apart, but just spread front to back now. So if you
show me a split squat?
What's that?
Can you show me a split squat? I would get messed up with my toe position of the back foot sometimes, or how close that is of being to a lunge.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I could see the floor. Yeah.
Okay.
If you need me to.
So your back foot should be like this with your toes into the ground like that.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to have my stance here. And then for my split squat, just down and up. It's not stepping in either direction.
And that back knee is touching, I saw.
Yeah, I always lightly touch.
Yeah.
You don't want to stop and rest, or you don't want to bounce your knee off the ground or anything like that, but you do want to have a full range of motion. You feeling, Ryan?
Good, exhausted.
Nice.
Yeah.
Means you're working hard. Are you done with your lunge and core? Are you on the accessory stuff?
Yeah, I just finished. So starting the fourth round.
Okay. What are you doing as your accessory stuff today?
Calf raises and the circular leopard crawl.
Axis leopard crawl. That's a Ray Yagloski special right there.
Yeah.
Ryan, on your calf raises, are you doing both legs at the same time?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Should I swap it?
So that's totally fine. If you have to go too high of rep with both legs, you might try a single leg.
I've been doing about 25 and seems to burn for sure by that point.
Which is great. If you want to keep doing that, no problem. If you want to go single leg, you might only need like 5 to 7 on each leg.
I'll give it a shot, yeah.
So it could save you time. It's a way of making it harder without just adding more and more reps.
Okay.
Jill, can you do that one where you're pulling the band to you instead of you to the band?
Like that?
Yep, I think in that end range with a little pause, I think you're going to get a much better feel.
Yeah, I'm doing this mostly to see what this can do.
Tracy. Go exercise. Okay, go.
Guys and gals, we have about 3 or 4 minutes and then we'll need to log off so that Melissa can get in for the nutrition coaching. If you have any questions, now's the time to get them out.
What do you like better, Drew? Walking lunges or the reverse, whatever those things are called?
Sliding reverse lunges?
They're not sliding. I don't have anything to slide on, but like just walking step back.
I personally like the reverse ones. You could rig something to slide. If you're on carpet, you can get like a paper plate. If you're on a hardwood floor, just put your foot on a towel.
Yeah.
I personally like the sliding and the reverse because they're a little more knee friendly. And sometimes I have some achy knees and that spares my knees a little bit.
All right. And you mentioned on accessory work, doing Supermans. That's just where you're face down and raising up your arms and legs all at once, or alternating? That's
a Superman hold. We've mostly been using the Superman plank.
Okay.
Which is different.
All right.
One of the things that you could do for Superman hold is you could lift arms and legs at the same time, or you could lift diagonals. So right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, that type of thing.
Okay. Thanks, Drew.
Sure.
See you guys.
See you, buddy.
Right.
So Drew, for a Superman,
That's my chime.
Those are one of those things that don't seem that effective, but everyone seems to say they're super effective, right?
You're talking about the hold or the plank?
The thing where you're lying out straight and then you like, yeah, the hold. The hold.
Yep. I think they're commonly done incorrectly. Most people will just arch through their low back as a way of lifting their legs and their arms off the ground.
Yep.
And to me, that makes them more ineffective than effective.
Sure.
If done properly, they're a great shoulder and glute. They would never be a primary movement. You wouldn't do it like as your first lift of the day.
Hey, Drew, I got to go. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
See you next time.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
All right, guys, we got about 1 more minute and then I need to hop off so Melissa can get on. Tony, try this to really emphasize what your arms should be doing.
Yep.
For now, don't worry about your legs. Leave your legs down on the ground.
Yep.
Leave your forehead on the ground.
Yep.
And now reach your arms long forward, long in front of you, and then try to lift your arms off the ground with your forehead still down. There you go. Now, if you were to lift your head, you could get a little bit more, but you should not. There you go. That's what it should be like. Do you feel how that's all in your shoulders now?
Totally, 100%.
There you go. Now do a bad rep where you just arch your low back. Yeah.
And I actually feel it right away, right here when I do that.
So do you feel the huge difference between those two types?
Totally. This is getting activated when I do this.
Yep. So when done properly, that is an excellent shoulder prehab type movement, or even like a finisher or accessory type movement. It's just hard for people to do it correctly, especially if they're on their own and don't have, eyes on them or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a bird dog. They seem like these things like it's a waste of time, but enough quality coaches recommend them that I'm like, that must mean I'm not doing them right? Not like it's a lame exercise.
Yeah, correct. They're hard to do on your own if you can't like see and feel it correctly. All right, guys, I think we got to log off for Melissa.
See you guys.
Good job, everyone, today. All right, Melissa, it's all yours. I'm going to end this meeting and you can start a new one.